So let's talk about a topic that's been in the news a lot lately. The S&P 500 versus the equal weighted S&P 500, and what in the world does that mean? Something the media keeps bringing up over and over. So we've talked about it before, but the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the United States, in the calculation of the popular S&P 500 index, those companies are not equally weighted across all 500 companies when they calculate returns, gains or losses in any specific period of time. That is, the biggest companies with the biggest market cap have a much larger percentage of the calculation. So the discrepancy between a few companies and the other vast majority of the companies in the S&P 500 has probably been the largest skew that I remember in my career. And that basically means there's 7 or 8 companies out there, the biggest companies that many of you all can probably think of, that have contributed the majority of the returns over the S&P in the recent months or even couple of years. When you look at the equal weighted S&P, where each of the 500 companies is weighted equally toward that calculation, you'll notice if you go through that exercise that that portfolio or that index has gone up far less than the non-equal weighted S&P 500. So why is that all important? Well, many of the portfolios that I own, that I've built for clients, or the managers that we've hired, are diversified in nature, and for good reason. Obviously, we wouldn't want to put all of someone's net worth in a few companies that could go south at any given time. So why is all this important? It's important because diversification, of course, is necessary, but it's also important to keep in mind that just because the top performing companies over the past few months and maybe the last year or two have been the top performers, they won't always be the top performers. There's going to come a point in time, whether it's next month, next year, we don't know, but there's going to come a point in time where those 490 some companies are back in vogue. They're back in style. These are good quality companies that you and I would buy products or services from on any given day, that have strong cash flow, revenue, pay dividends, grow their dividends. But in this current market euphoria of the top 7 or 8 stocks have been virtually overlooked, out of demand, and investors have showed no love toward these good quality companies. So even though it seems like that the diversified portfolio is out of style or maybe out of touch, it still is a very good diversified strategy and still will most likely deliver value and consistency and returns in the coming years.